So, what is the first thing you do when you wake up? Smart people will say they brush their teeth, while millennials like us will say we check our phones. But what comes next? What comes after you are done using the toothpaste and toothbrush? Have you ever given it a thought? For example, this is Irshikaa and I 20 years ago, and this is us now. But this is your toothpaste pack 20 years ago versus now. Do you see the change in us, but not in them? We also conducted a Google Form survey to get a statistical analysis and the general population's approach towards plastic pollution. आ गई? हाँ चले खरीदने।
थैली नहीं लाई?
लाई ना, ये देख।
रोशनी, दिस इज प्लास्टिक।
तो मैं किस में लेके आऊँ फिर? तू बता।
क्लॉथ बैग में भी, पेपर बैग भी है। वो प्लास्टिक में कैसे लेके जाएंगे हम सामान?
तो लेके जाएंगे ना, क्या बड़ी बात है?
Negligence is the main cause. In fact, it is estimated that 80% of plastic comes from land. This pollution comes mainly from household waste, which is poorly recycled, dumped in landfills, or abandoned in nature. This waste is carried by the winds, pushed by the rains into sewers, streams, rivers, and finally in the oceans. Natural disasters such as floods must be considered as other causes of plastic pollution as well. There is no silver bullet solution.
Most visible and disturbing impacts of marine plastics are the ingestion, suffocation, and entanglement of hundreds of marine species. Marine wildlife such as seabirds, whales, fishes, and turtles mistake plastic waste for prey and most die of starvation as their stomachs are filled with this debris. They also suffer from lacerations, infections, reduced ability to swim, and internal injuries. Floating plastics also contribute to the spread of invasive marine organisms and bacteria, which then disrupt ecosystems. In the survey that we conducted, we found out that the majority of the participants are aware that 8 million tons of plastic leak into our oceans every year. Isn't this an alarming number? And the survey also showed that almost everyone knows about the harmful effects of plastic pollution, yet no improvement has been seen. Shouldn't you ask yourself why?
कैसा लगा मेरा मजाक?
No, but seriously, what are some measures that an individual can take to prevent the degradation of this planet from plastic pollution?
As a consumer, you can make a big impact by making small changes on how to use plastic. Prevent. Stop plastic at its source using the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle in that specific order of priority.
In short, throw waste out of your life just like I am throwing Roshni out.
Reducing our overall consumption is about respecting our natural resources, only using what we need and refusing unnecessary excess. Reducing is lowering the amount of waste produced. Here are a few small steps that would help to possibly keep plastics out of the waste stream. 1. Discourage the use of disposal plastics. 2. Minimize buying water. 3. Minimize use of plastic cutlery. 4. Purchase items second-hand. 5. Support a bag tax or ban. As you can see from the results of our survey, most of our participants suggested similar solutions too. Reuse. Reusing is using materials repeatedly. Reuse is a step up from recycling. It diverts plastics and takes pressure off the recycling services. In fact, reuse is the middleman between reduce and recycle. And some would be surprised at how many opportunities for reuse there really are. One can reuse plastic-produced bags for sandwiches, plastic grocery bags for small trash bags, and reuse plastic silverware. Most people skip this step and go directly to recycling.
As observed, many of the participants do reuse any form of plastic packaging. If a plastic bottle can go from that to just being a pot holder in 10 minutes, so can your mindset about this. Recycling is using waste materials to make new products. Recycling and reutilization of waste plastics have several advantages. It leads to a reduction of the use of virgin materials and the use of energy, thus also reduction in carbon dioxide emissions. Recycled plastic requires less energy than virgin plastics, hence a smaller carbon footprint is produced. Recycling plastic is an extensive but much more environmentally friendly process. And a good observation that we came across that people are also aware of the various biodegradable and non-biodegradable forms of plastic. So, to get an insight on the amount of plastic that we consume on a daily basis, both of us decided to go plastic free for 3 days, and this is how it went.
What are you taking? But Coke is plastic, non-biodegradable.
वो कोक नहीं लेने दिया तूने यार.
Here's your drink.
ठीक है.
It's environmentally sustainable.
Thanks Irsh. मेरे को कोक चाहिए था but thanks. पकड़ वे. Oh, I can't say this. You can say this. ले भाई ले. बंद कर दे और गाना चालू कर दे. This is gonna be a nice vlog. It's my brain right now. Just. ये सब छी नहीं करेगा तो प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ता है.
तू ऐसा वीडियो में बोल रही I'm looking at you for 2 seconds.
चलो वापस.
तू वो क्यों बंद की? मस्त कंटेंट मिलता हमको.
चुप रह.